I'm Madeleine George. I am a Cornell alum. I graduated in the class of '96, and I'm a playwright. I'm the playwright of Seven Homeless Mammoths Wander New England. Seven Homeless Mammoths Wander New England is a comedy, first of all, about a May-December love triangle. So it's about the dean of a small liberal arts college who, just as she's getting involved with a much, much younger girlfriend, has to invite her ex-partner of many years to live with them because the ex-partner is sick. And at the same moment, on the campus of this liberal arts college, there's a small benighted natural history museum, which the trustees have decided needs to close and go away so that they can put a new dorm in that space. And it creates unexpected friction in the community, and it causes a massive headache for the dean, who is the sort of protagonist of the play. It's a convergence of a number of interests of mine, but it was initially sparked by the fact that in my small town, where there was a very sort of significant little college, there was a natural history museum on that campus that I used to go to constantly as a kid, and which I loved. It was so weird. It had mammoth skeletons, it had saber-toothed tigers, it had a giant clam, it had all these rocks and geodes, and yet it was very undervisited. And at a certain moment, that college decided to close it and renovate that building and turn it into I believe into a dorm or another kind of building. They preserved the artifacts and moved into a new space. But in my memory, when I learned that that museum was going to be closed, I suddenly, because even though I hadn't visited for 20 years or something, I suddenly had this sense like I have to take the bus back to my hometown and chain myself to the door. Like, it's so beautiful and special and nobody appreciates it. I have to protect it. I have to save it. And that impulse is sort of the germ of the play. And it has at its center this queer kinship relationship between and among these three women at very different points in their lives, facing very different things, who, even though they shouldn't make a family together. And I think that is something about queer life that I adore and cherish. This idea that at the margins of society, where traditional methods of family forming aren't available to you, you have of course you're excluded, and yet you also have like free reign to create whatever kinds of kinship structures you want. The play was originally performed in 2011. It was 10 years ago now. So the marriage debate was different then. But, I think for a lot of us, gay marriage, wonderful as though it is, and significant though it is for a lot of people, the risk or the downside is that it suppresses then that kind of creativity and that openness that had been available to queers, because it was the only way to make your families. So I guess it's a little bit of a meditation on that, like what good does marriage do, but also like how might we alter those forms so that they can fit as many different configurations of love as exist.